In this tutorial, you will learn how to create better micro-content videos. In my opinion, when you are doing a punch-in, punch-out, it's just so boring, it's kind of cheap. I like more when it zooms in and zooms out. We use this for hide the cuts, but you can hide it a better way. I think this zoom in and zoom out effect will be much better for your content. So first you jump in Premiere Pro and open your project. And in your project, you create your adjustment layer. I already have my content on my timeline and already cut. I just need to create these punch-ins and punch-outs after that. So first I put a layer on the top, the adjustment layer, make it 6 frames long, and then I will add the next one, which can be longer. So this will be, the shorter will be the zoom effect and the longer one when we hold the zoom. And after that we just copy paste this 3 times. Then we add the color. You can use your number keys to add color. This is just to be able to distinguish the different zoom effects. So first we want to zoom from 100% to 120%. As it's an adjustment layer, you can't really use a scale from the effect controls. So you want to go into effects and add transform. And now you can start scaling. I like to use anchor points because I think if you keep the eye level constant throughout the video, it just looks much better and it doesn't confuse people's eye. And here I add the keyframe for the anchor point and also the scale, and zoom into 120. And if you can see, I move the keyframe a little bit back. Otherwise I will just hang over to the next adjustment layer. So 1 frame back. And the anchor point, just to let you know, is in this particular zoom, I like to use 1770 if it's 120. And now I add an ease in and ease out effect just to make it more natural. Now you can see. And here is when I don't have an anchor point. And this is how it looks like without the anchor point. You can see the eye is shifting up because the zoom will just zoom in to the middle of the frame. And that's not what we want. We want to add an anchor point and position the eye to the same level where it was previously. You see, it's much better this way. So now we can set up the next adjustment layer after we finish the ease in and ease out. The next adjustment layer, just drop the transform on the top and set up the same scale and anchor point where you finished the previous one so it flows good. And now we can run through the even more zoom in, transform. This time it's 140. And the keyframe 40, I said. Okay. Anchor point to add the anchor points keyframe as well, 1650 to keep the eye level in the same level. We just need to hold this throughout the next frame, and then we can move on to the zoom back into the first position. So we go back from 140 to 120. So we need to adjust the anchor points too accordingly. Add the keyframe back up to 1770. And now we can just add actually the same layer, the same adjustment layer as the second one, because we are just at the 120. And finishing it up, we add another one, bring the transform in, get it from a 120 scale, 1770 anchor points, and then we are back to normal. And if you just go through it, it flows pretty well. And now I can just copy paste these adjustment layers wherever I want. If I see a cut, I just move my adjustment layers on the top. I like to position my adjustment layer over the cut, so a quick zoom will hide. Oh, something happened here. What's that? I think I stuffed up this adjustment layer. Let's just adjust a little bit. Yep. So it's supposed to be 120 with the correct anchor point, and then we can zoom in. Now it looks nicer. And zoom in and zoom out. Obviously this would be a zoom in, so I will just bring the next adjustment layer closer so it continues. Obviously we need the back to 100% for the first one, and as well as the end of this one. So first we need to zoom back out to 120, that's the next section. And just add the zoom back to 100%. So it's less choppy if you do it like this instead of actually doing a jump cut. Let's just follow through the whole sequence. I won't just use this technique to hide the cuts. I also want to emphasize different parts of the sentences with a zoom. So in case, for example, in the very end of the video, I will zoom in. If it looks better like that, I will just zoom out for the end. You can download this timeline from the description below. If you found this helpful, just please subscribe and hit the like button.